JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of WPIAL High School Basketball, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Coming to you from the Rise Sports Complex in Leedsdale, Pennsylvania, JRM Sports welcomes you to our continuing coverage of Sewickley Academy basketball as there's a storm brewing in Western Pennsylvania, and the red-hot Sewickley Academy Panthers putting their unblemished record against the Winchester Thurston Bears. And welcome courtside, everybody. I'm Matt Farmer, joined alongside Damon McDermott. And those Sewickley Academy Panthers are just one of two teams in the WPIL that are undefeated at this point in the season. The other team being the Newcastle Red Hurricanes. And Damon, for the fact that the Sewickley Academy Panthers still unblemished, they're 13-0 coming into this game, but they come in against this Winchester Thurston team that only has 4 losses on their campaign. They're 11-4, and then this could be one of those tests inside the section that Sewickley needs to get up for.
Yeah, this is a team in Winchester Thurston who has only lost to really quality opponents. They've lost to Seton LaSalle. They lost to 2 teams above a division of them in 3A and 4A, and now they get to play the Sewickley Academy team again, and you think they really want revenge. They got blown out in that game, and that's the only game this year that hasn't been a close one for them. They're on a 2-game win streak. They got a little bit of size to compete as well, and they're definitely a playoff team. It's going to be Sewickley's best test they've had in a long while, and I know if you're Sewickley, you can't look ahead one game at a time.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for these two teams. You see, offensively, it's where the defensive side really shines, is 73.6 points per game, and then the 28.3 defensively for SA. What stands out to you here, Damon?
I mean, you look right away at points against, only 28 per game. It is unbelievable, the defense. They're trying to set a record that they set last year, only giving up over 30 points a game, like 32, 33. Now they're at 28. If they can average a whole season under 30, that is an unbelievable stat. It shows you, even when they're blowing these teams out, they take it personal when anybody scores on them.
Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Damon, how do you get a win here tonight if you're the Panthers and the Bears?
First, for Sewickley, use those big guys you got down low. You have a size advantage against almost anybody in the whole entire WPIAL. Use Adam Akimba, use Mamadou Kane, control the offensive glass when you miss those shots. Constant pressure. Every team we've seen this year, they cannot handle the full court press from Sewickley Academy. You got to think tonight they give them that look a couple times. And lastly, we kind of just previewed it, but one game at a time. You have a big game this weekend against Peters. A lot of people are talking about that game like you had a big game against Pine Richland beginning of the year as well, a 6A opponent. But right now, you want to go undefeated in section like you did last year. Don't worry about the playoffs. Worry about what's right in front of you. And for Winchester, stay hot from behind the arc. If you want to pull an upset, you're going to have to shoot it well like they have. They scored 62 against Brentwood last week. You got to limit the turnovers. You're going to have a lot of pressure from Sewickley Academy. And lastly, make it ugly. I mean, slow this game down as much as you can if you're Winchester.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the visiting Winchester Thurston Bears, Michael Hammerling, the senior point guard, Peyton Coel, Anthony Pipkin, Elijah Bullock, and Aiden Pym. And for the Sewickley Academy Panthers, it will be Caden Battles, Amari Spencer, Lucas Grimsley, Mamadou Kane, and Adam E. Kimba. National anthem time and tip-off when we come back here on JRM Sports.
Growing up at Sewickley Academy, every single step is a giant leap towards extraordinary, where students are excited about school and develop a love for learning. Our early childhood students begin their adventure here in a world of discovery and wonder, building, creating, and stretching their imaginations, sharing curiosities, and kindness. We help each child with routines that build self-confidence. We lean into learning through exploration, allowing time to observe, question, and reflect. Through personalized attention, we see firsthand what excites them to learn and create lessons from the things they're most interested in, exploring new vocabulary to help communicate thoughts, developing math skills to problem solve, and even discovering talents and passions. Many steps are taken each day, and we make every one count. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary. At Sewickley Academy, a lifelong love for learning is sparked from day one, preparing students for college and beyond. Students are encouraged to think and learn independently and cooperatively, while having the flexibility to pursue their own interests across academics, athletics, and the arts. With small class sizes and a strong sense of community, students from the middle school to the senior school learn the value of collaboration and understanding. Regardless of age, Sewickley Academy students gain the confidence to lead, inspire, and excel. And every experience along the way shapes their future, allowing them to build the skills and character necessary to succeed. At Sewickley Academy, becoming a lifelong learner is becoming the best version of yourself. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Have a look at those starting lineups as we're back to Rise. Winchester, Michael Hammerling, Peyton Cowell, Anthony Pipkin, Elijah Bullock, and Aiden Pym. Head coach for the Bears is Andy Faulkner. And for the Panthers, Kanan Battles, Amari Spencer, Lucas Grimsley, Mamadou Kane, and Adam Ikimba. The voice of the Panthers, Mark Grandinetti, public address announcer, announcing the starting lineups at the second home of the Panthers here at Rise. And they made it friendly confines both here and at the Sewickley Academy gymnasium. So either way, it's hard to beat the team that's wearing white when it's the Panthers.
Yeah, I feel like they got home court advantage at two different places, but that's because they haven't lost a game in either one of these places in over a year and a half. Again, undefeated in section play last year and undefeated so far this year.
Yeah, just to compare the Newcastle and Sewickley Academy, they played two common opponents and played them pretty close. Sewickley beat Pine Richland by 6. Newcastle beat them by 4, and then both teams beat Butler by about 6. So pretty comparable in the two teams that are still undefeated. But Bears and Panthers here tonight, live from Rise, and happy you're tuned in here on JRM Sports as the Bears win the jump. No control things.
How many times Sewickley loses a tip-off?
Yeah. Pipkin inside from the elbow, doesn't fall. Rebound there for Mamadou Kane. First trip up the floor here for the Sewickley offense. Dished it outside, Battles. There's Lucas Grimley feeding it inside to Mamadou Kane. First bucket of the night.
Great ball movement, and we talked about that press. They come out very quickly, trying to make Winchester a little bit uncomfortable.
Intercepted there, Ikimba leads it ahead to Grimsley. Grimsley with some numbers, hands it back to Ikimba, up and under move, and he is fouled. And Adam Ikimba earns a trip to the line. Bullock picks up the first foul of the game. Here is Adam Ikimba, 6'8" junior. It's his first. Miss of the second. Nice rebound there. Closing out was Spencer. Back inside to Ikimba. Outside to Spencer. Grimsley to Battles. Back inside to Ikimba, who spins and tries to lay it home. It's no good. Another rebound by Spencer. The floater doesn't go. Grimsley pulls down another board, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. And domination for the Panthers on the offensive glass.
What's frustrating if you're Winchester, you think you're really doing a good job defensively, making a lot of these shots very hard, but when you just cannot grab a board, you let up 3 offensive rebounds in about 15 seconds there.
Lucas Grimsley converts his first at the charity stripe tonight. Two for two at that. Pressure in the backcourt here from the Panthers. Pipkin to Hammerling. Still not across the timeline, and he'll get it over. Guarded by Spencer. Hammerling, left side of the lane. On the floater, doesn't fall. By Pipkin. Long pass, Ikemba bobbled it, got behind the backboard, was able to dish it out to Spencer, and now Mamadou Kane. Battles, works through the paint. Ikemba tracks down a loose basketball. He'll pull up just inside the paint, clangs it off the back iron, and a foul on the Panthers. First foul of the night.
Again, Sewickley, some of the tougher shots they faced all year. It seems like Winchester has really took that first game personal. They just got to grab a couple boards and beat this press. Here they go.
Hammerling to the rack. Not enough on it. Spencer clears away the board, leads it to Grimsley. Returns the favor. Battle, stop and pop from the foul line. Yes.
Really nice screen there by Akimbo on that pick and roll to give Battles a little bit of space.
Cowell lost control of it. Grimsley, right place, right time, tracks it down. Ikemba just floated that one. Nobody home.
And if you're Winchester, you really got to get something going on offense now. You're down by 7, but a lot have been mistakes. They've had 3 turnovers already in the first 3 minutes of this ball game.
And going to what you said, Damon, a lot of it, too, is got to box out, not allow Sewickley the opportunities, second and third chance opportunities. They're going to make you pay eventually if you keep giving them shot chances.
Got to try to get Hammerling a pick and roll or just get some space. He's 12th in WPIAL in scoring, and there's another turnover. That's number 4, and they just look a little bit nervous. You win a couple games like Winchester has, 2-game win streak. You're better than a lot of teams you play. Now you're playing this Sewickley team. You start second-guessing yourself again. But, again, you got to try to get Hammerling the ball. He's 12th in scoring in the WPIAL, averaging over 20 points per game, and Sewickley's really paying attention to him early on in this game.
And wins over Leechburg and Brentwood for that 2-game win streak. Battles to Grimsley, catch and shoot 3. Yes!
Grimsley, top of the key, bang.
10-0 lead for the Panthers. Bullock weaves his way, got it out to Cowell for a 3 that doesn't fall. And ball is loose. Oh, nice battle there by Cowell to earn the jump ball, but Panthers control the arrow, but hustle play there because that should have been just an easy turnover again.
There's that 3 from Grimsley. Love to see him start 1 for 1.
Love that view.
Love that view as well on the hoop cam.
Panthers pitching a shutout about halfway through this opening quarter. Spencer, ball fake and drive, kick out. Lobs it in. Ikemba backing down and an offensive. And he's losing the footing there, Cowell, and they'll say it was courtesy of the big 6'8" junior.
You're going to get a couple foul calls go your way when you're facing a team bigger than you, and right there, Adam Pym did a really good job of maybe a little bit of acting, but, you take the fall, take the charge, and you get possession pointing your way, and you really need to get 2 points on the board.
Steal by Battles and missing the layup there, but it pops out. Drew Steele's freshly into the ball game. Gets in on the action, out for a 3. It's good for Caden Battles. Cowell stands with it now. And a ball out of bounds again, another turnover.
Drew Steele has checked in the game, and
they're going to give it. They're giving it to Winchester, and that will see Connor Toll check into the ball game.
Love what Steeles does right off the bench this year. He plays really active with his hands and lives up to his last name, getting a couple steals per game.
Inside the arc, that shot off the mark by Pipkin. Long pass ahead to get it to Tall. On the wing, inside feed to Ikemba, who backs down again on the right hand, too much on it. Put back opportunity, nice recycling by Mamadou Kane. Hammerling. He'll pull up for a three. Finally got a little bit of room there. Misses the shot, though, a little long. And Kane with a beautiful take to the rim.
What a step through. He's gained so much confidence this year. You wouldn't have saw that move last year. He can create his own shot off the dribble now pretty easily.
Cowell feeds it down low to Pym and misses the shot. Loose and chased down by Kane. Mamadou pulls up for three. It goes in and out. Put back opportunity. Kane, that doesn't fall. And a rebound ripped away by Hammerling. A spin move by Michael Hammerling to the rack, trying to give the Bears their first points and cannot. 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Tall trying to chase this one down and couldn't catch up with it.
And I like the move from Hammerling, and he's going to be the guy that has to kind of shoot them out of this right now as they're down 17-0. Love the move by him. Again, he's just getting a lot of extra attention, a lot of help defense. They know how dangerous he can be, and here comes that press right again. It's a 1-4. Winchester has to prove that they can get out of it.
Rob Southall checks into the game along with Jameer Guyton. Know what they're capable of. Under 2 minutes to go and almost got their pocket picked. Pipkin traces it down, feeds it inside to Hammerling. Hammerling off the window, and the Bears are on the board.
Had the guard play down low there, just trying everything you can. He comes off of a pick and roll. He's open underneath the hoop.
Cross-court pass to Guyton. Back to Kane. Kane spinning through the lane. Lost control of it. Volleyballs it over to Tall. Tall drives. Floater on the way. Pure.
Really nice pick and roll there. Use your big man. He's 6'8", got a big body, gives you a little bit of space.
To the rack and fouled. Kane going to pick up his second, as that will send Hammerling to the line.
Here's Mamadou Kane with that step through, using that left hand. Then you finally get on the board for Winchester. Hammerling did a really good job just snagging that with his right hand and going up strong against Drew Steele. A really good defender. Then lastly, watch this floater off that pick and roll using your right hand. Really nice bucket there by Tall.
Like to see Connor adding to the repertoire. We know him as a three-point shooter, but knowing that he can go inside and score.
And that's for all these guards. I think that's what Coach Isolino kind of tells them when he was a pro and coaches at the college level. You got to be a weapon at all three levels of scoring. You can't just be a good three-point scorer. And here comes a press from Winchester.
And Panthers going to call a timeout with 1:04 here in the first. 19-3. Panthers lead the Bears. And you were saying that Coach Isolino has some accolades coming his way.
He does, and I if you talk to Coach Isolino, he does not like to talk about himself, but what an impressive career he has had. On February 14th, he's getting his jersey retired at St. Francis against Mercyhurst. He's the first player in program history to win the NEC Player of the Year in 1990. He averaged 24 points per game. So when some of these guys are talking smack on Coach Isolino, like, how good were you, blah, 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 that man tore up the NEC. He played at Penn State, transferred to St. Francis, and he was the last guy to ever get drafted from St. Francis in 1992, and he was selected 35th overall. So what a career he had. Ended up going over to Italy and play overseas, but played 2 seasons in the NBA, averaged 9 points a game for the Mavericks. So trust me, guys, if you're listening to this after the game, whatever Coach Isolino says, he knows what he's talking about. And back in his day, he was a killer on the court.
Yeah, he definitely is the exception to the rule about coaching and that old cliche, but he both did it as a player and now doing it as a coach. Tall, short on the shot. Put back opportunity by Ikemba is missed, and then it goes out of bounds off of Steele's.
And I bet he can still shoot it. He doesn't show it off much, but every once in a while in practice, if somebody's talking some smack, he's like, I'll knock down that shot.
No doubt. Inbound, Taj Smith into the game. Cowell breaks it. Hammerling.
They're going to reset up top.
Ball movement here by the Bears.
Probably their
longest possession.
Exactly. Longest possession for sure. Again, try to settle in here.
14 seconds, a shot by Hammerling that goes off the mark, but a rebound underneath. Pulls it back out, but there's only 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Hammerling with 4. Driving now is Hammerling through the gauntlet. Put back doesn't fall by Pym. And that will be the end of one. 19-3. Red Hot Sewickley Academy undefeated and trying to freeze out the Bears. Come back with us on JRM Sports.
Growing up at Sewickley Academy, every single step is a giant leap towards extraordinary, where students are excited about school and develop a love for learning. Our early childhood students begin their adventure here in a world of discovery and wonder, building, creating, and stretching their imaginations, sharing curiosities, and kindness. We help each child with routines that build self-confidence. We lean into learning through exploration, allowing time to observe, question, and reflect. Through personalized attention, we see firsthand what excites them to learn and create lessons from the things they're most interested in, exploring new vocabulary to help communicate thoughts, developing math skills to problem solve, and even discovering talents and passions. Many steps are taken each day, and we make every one count. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
We're back to Rise Sports. Back alongside David McDermott, Matt Fargo with you. Thursday night, rare boys Thursday night game. Got some scheduling shuffling that was happening and ended up here at Rise on a Thursday night. For some high school basketball at JRM Sports. 19-3 Panthers after one. Hammerling left the ball down on the floor there momentarily. Picked it back up. Cowell. Now to Smith.
Get rid of it. Away. Come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Hammerling with those neon yellow sneakers. Cowell in the paint. Can't connect. Another rebound for Mamadou Kane. Here's Grimsley, corner 3. Got it. Give the assist there to Battles.
I swear, Matt, a couple games ago I said that he was a little streaky this year from the three-point line, and since then he's been hitting everything. And we know how good of a shooter he can be, and he's really got hot these last couple of games.
Yeah, every time you think about what he can do, it takes me back as Hammerling tries to go with the reverse, doesn't fall. But it takes me back to Kane. That's going to be Sewickley basketball out on Hammerling. It takes me back to the GCC game. Panthers were all but out of it. And
one man willed him to the –
yeah, I mean,
he really did.
The threes that he was hitting on, and I mean, he was also showing his inside presence during that time, but he took over that game that led Sewickley to a state runner-up season a year ago. And a lot of people, and I think it's safe for guys like you and us to see what this Sewickley team has done, as Grimsley, another on cue. It probably was a year early, like what they were able to do. And
now there's all these people saying, can't believe this is a 2A team. I'm like, they didn't win 2A last year. Like this, now they're dominating.
Both in the district or the
yeah,
state
that's
level.
what I mean. So. And now you see, like Winchester, I said at break, they are a good playoff team for 2A. They really are, and it just shows you how good Sewickley is right now, and they're just firing on all cylinders.
Post-Gazette has obviously Sewickley won, and the number 2 team in 2A is the 12-1 Jeanette Jayhawks, and that was the team that eliminated Sewickley in the playoffs, in the WPIL playoffs, in the semifinals last year. So are we in store for a rematch as a steal and score for Caden Battles?
Battles already has 7. Lucas Grimsley has 10, but we already have had 5 different scores for Sewickley, and think about it, we'll probably see 8, 9, 10. We know how much depth's on this team too, which is really going to pay off in the playoffs as well.
Hammerling, nice, beautiful move there.
You can see why a lot of people in the Whippy were talking about him as well. He wears the neon green shoes, but when you average 21 points per game, you already get enough tension right there as well. So he has a lot of slick moves in that arsenal for Hammerling.
Kracion into the game, now moved it to Spencer. It gets rejected by Hammerling. Hammerling led it ahead, and it will go out of bounds off of Winchester Thurston as Cowell tried his best to try to throw that off one of the Panthers.
I thought we were going to get taken out for a second.
Yeah, well, you're in front of me, brother. So 3, Kracion short. Eric Kracion.
And if I'm Winchester right there, the guy that shot that ball should not be able to get his own rebound. When you know you're outside, you got to box out.
Jumping into the lane, Spencer outside to Grimsley. A little long on the 3 and out of bounds. Winchester basketball, 4:40 to play in our second. And some substitutions checking in for the Panthers. Guyton, Steele, Southall, Tall, and Adamy Kimba. So a wholesale line change for the Panthers. 4:40 to play here with the first half. 26-5 Panthers. From the short on the 3 from the wing. Rebound to the Panthers. Feed down low to Kane. Outside. 3 on the way that goes in and out for Steele. Put back there by Ikimba is good. Adamy Kimba.
That one was a little bit unfair. He reached over 3 different defenders trying to box him out, got that offensive rebound, put it right back up for Sewickley.
Tall, relentless on the defensive side. Southall follows in suit. Hammerling drives on the right. Throws one towards the basket, denied. Guyton came away with the right place, right time board. Passed up ahead, and an easy 2 for Adamy Kimba.
Love that pass from Guyton right off the bench as well. He could have been selfish, took it himself, but saw a big man go into the hoop.
That one no good by Cowell in the lane. Ikimba gets loosed, and that one sits on the rim and falls out, chased into the corner by Southall. Here's Tall, steps into a 3. It's a little long. Rebound, Southall stepped on the line. It will be Bears basketball, 3:05 to go here in the second.
One thing to note, too, Winchester's played the same 5 guys in this whole first half pretty much, and you got line changes going in for Sewickley. A lot of these guys are definitely taking a breath, and on cue, we're going to get our first sub for Winchester.
It's the second one.
Oh, second one.
Yeah,
Tosh Smith was in as well. I apologize.
Xander Cope. But, yeah, to your point, Damon, even
they go
talking
7
with,
or 8.
Yeah, they marked 3 guys that were going to come off the bench.
You can see Mike and a couple others. They're pretty winded.
Xander Cope was the man to check in. Smith and Cope play catch. Fed inside to Pipkin on the action here. Back inside Pipkin. Tries to get some space. 3 for Smith is good.
Everybody would probably say, why did they pass the ball 50 times there? I mean, they kept going around. But, again, I want to see a team make a game ugly against Sewickley. Hold the ball as long as you want.
Right. You're not going to outscore them. Guyton.
No. When you start playing at their pace, that's when they're the most dangerous.
Yep.
And a lot of teams fall in that trap saying, oh, we got to score 40, 50, 60 points. And I would say, hey, I'm going to hold on to this ball as much as I can and control the game.
Under 2 to go in the first half. Hammerling spinning. Handing it off to Pipkin. Bears 11-4 coming into this matchup, 5-2 in section play. They're the second-place team in this section. Hammerling drives and loses it out of bounds off the Panthers, stays with the Bears. But isn't that fact a testament to how good Sewickley Academy is?
It really is. I mean, like I said, I could see Winchester winning 1 or 2 games in the playoffs. And right now you're losing by 24. And I know there's been a lot of mistakes, but I feel like Winchester almost have to play a perfect game to stay in this game right now. Sewickley just, you got to think they've only missed a couple shots. Every basket's been pretty easy for Sewickley. For Winchester, they've been doing a lot of resetting now, trying to run a couple different plays, a couple miscues.
Pym lost control of it, is able to get on the ground, get back to Smith. Smith misses the shot and the rebound to Southall and outletted to Steele. Under a minute to go. Inside, and Academy, Kimba, 2 more.
Talking about that, that shot's about 95% going to go in when he gets comfortable 2 feet from the hoop and can use his right hand.
Loose basketball chased down by Guyton. Led it ahead to Steele. Guyton to Tall. 25 seconds. Tall gets a screen. 3 on the way, off the rim. Rebound by Guyton. Back inside of the right hand. It rims out. Another putback opportunity and a foul.
There's a couple more offensive rebounds for Sewickley. Love Jameer Guyton coming off the bench, fighting for every point as well as he missed that layup. It went right back up forward, and now he earns 2 free throws.
First one good for Jameer Guyton. Misses the second. Southall, the rebound, and a rejection by Pipkin, and a foul off of that. Nice play there by Pipkin. Inbound from Tall with 11 seconds, and timeout taken. Don't see it every day. The Panthers usually 2 timeouts in the first half, but they're
didn't like the inbound there. I
nope.
Heard Coach Isolino saying a couple guys were out of position, could burn the timeout now, and look at a couple of these baskets for Sewickley in this first half. We said Lucas Grimsley's been hot these last couple games. Saw him with the 3-pointer, and then he scores at all 3 levels right there, almost a dunk on the inside. And then you always see Caden Battles, fastest man on the court, steal right there. And what a senior year he's had, leading all these different playmakers and scorers on this team. A couple nice baskets there by Hammerling, though. You can say why a lot of teams are talking about him this year, averaging over 20. And Akimba with a nice layup right there as well. Jameer Guyton's been a nice bright spot off the bench. He had that nice bounce pass to Akimba. So now 11 seconds, Matt. You try to get one more play if you're Sewickley. And Winchester, one more stop, and maybe try to get it to Hammerling pretty quick here.
Inbound triggered in here by Tall. Southall to Guyton. Guyton eyeing it up over to Tall. Tall passes inside to Southall. Southall on the hook shot short. Rebound goes to Winchester with 3 seconds. And Hammerling will pull up at the 3-point arc and fall short of the buzzer beater. 35-8 at the break, as the first 16 dominated by the Panthers, as Sewickley looks to keep that unblemished record intact. You're watching our continuing coverage of Sewickley Academy Panther basketball here on JRM Sports. Stick around. Second half action on the back half of this break. Don't go anywhere.
At Sewickley Academy, we blend a classical education with an eye towards the future. Growing up here, students benefit from continuous innovation and endless creativity, helping to build their character and confidence. Where they are free to experiment in an environment that encourages collaboration and sparks imagination. And where learning goes beyond the classroom walls, balancing structured academics with play-based experiences. Every student's interest is cultivated from the first day to inspire a lifelong love of learning, with guidance that fosters independence, goals, and skills. Growing up at Sewickley Academy means building a solid foundation for future growth and development, where students become who they're meant to be. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary. At Sewickley Academy, a lifelong love for learning is sparked from day one, preparing students for college and beyond. Students are encouraged to think and learn independently and cooperatively, while having the flexibility to pursue their own interests across academics, athletics, and the arts. With small class sizes and a strong sense of community, students from the middle school to the senior school learn the value of collaboration and understanding. Regardless of age, Sewickley Academy students gain the confidence to lead, inspire, and excel. And every experience along the way shapes their future, allowing them to build the skills and character necessary to succeed. At Sewickley Academy, becoming a lifelong learner is becoming the best version of yourself. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
And we welcome you back here, halftime at Rise. And Jake Mitzlipchik, our producer, queued up the best package of your life. You're going to get to see it here at halftime. And thanks in part to what Sewickley Academy did in the first half, David.
Makes it a little bit easy when you got shots raining from all over. No dunks yet. We're used to seeing 2 or 3 dunks by Sewickley Academy. Not yet, but I mean, they shot almost 80% in that first half. It's unbelievable how efficient they are. And when they don't make their shot, they usually get the rebound and then they put it back up. Team's been unbelievable to watch all year, and tonight's just been another efficient night, firing all cylinders. But I will say, I think Winchester, there was a lot of times where some of those turnovers they could have prevented. They had a lot of times where they didn't like the play that they ran. They finally slowed it down a little bit, got a couple points. You see Connor Tall right there with that nice floater off that pick and roll. And I've seen a lot of pick and roll from Sewickley Academy in this game as well. And when they're shooting so good beyond the arc like they are in this game too, and then you got Grimsley that can slash like he can inside. It's just, you wonder, how do we stop this team when they can score from every level? Then you got Caden Battles pitching in with a couple turnovers. But Winchester came really late out of this halftime, and I think they want to say, hey, this team might be better than us, but we are not 27 points worse than this Sewickley Academy team. That's the vibe I got when they left for the locker room and they came out late. They might get a couple shots up here, but
yeah, minute 30, it's just about as late as I've ever seen a team come out.
We've all played sports, and we know exactly what happened in that locker room. There was a lot of, let's just say, loud talking, some yelling and saying, guys, this is a very talented team, but we are not 27 points worse than this team. There was a lot of mistakes, and Sewickley Academy played unbelievable, as you can see from these highlights as well. But I really think that's a lot of what went down.
Second half action here moments away. That is Damon McDermott. Matt Fargo here with you. Leedsdale, Pennsylvania at Rise Sports Complex. As we jump into, Damon, the second half of the conference schedule. And, you know, the Panthers really had no problem the first time around. And as we jump into the second part, looks like it's the same script.
This is one of their tougher games left. I really thought Winchester were coming here, make it an ugly game, try to slow them down, which they did. I mean, 35 points for Sewickley, people will laugh, but that's usually a slower half. But when you can't shoot well against them, I think everybody's looking at that Peters game this weekend, Saturday. We're going to be having that game on our airwaves as well, and it's a game where you were really intrigued by that Pine Richland game, and it ended up being a really good game. Just upper classification, see how they play. Peters is a good team, probably a playoff team too.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do against the Indians on Saturday at home court. Again, Damon mentioned right here on JRM Sports, a basketball frenzy of a Saturday here on JRM Sports.
5 games total, right?
5 games total, a new record. As inside, Adam Kimba gets denied off the rim.
You miss them, you have all Sunday with the 17 feet of snow we're getting. You can rewatch them or whatever's going to end up happening.
Pick a game a day for the next 5, as we'll likely all be snowed in. Spencer comes away with the steal, led it ahead to Battles. Battles on the right hand, short, rebound, Kane, put back is good, and a recycling man does it again.
I just love how aggressive he is on the boards. He could say, I don't need to hustle, we're up by 27.
Bucket in the foul, it will be his third against Mamadou Kane, as Hammerling goes to the rack there. I will say, though, Damon, talking about Mamadou, is if you watched his film last year and watch it this year, it almost looks as if it is a freshman to senior maturation
Really does.
process than from freshman to sophomore.
And I said the first game we did, it looks like he put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle,
Yes.
too. Like, he's one of those guys. I know Duquesne has recruited him very early, but you're going to have a lot of skulls asking where he'll be going his senior year.
Spencer inside. Adam Ikimba. Yes, that one falls.
Violation on Winchester.
Yep, they stepped over.
And Akimba's the same way. Coach Isolino talked about it in an article a couple weeks ago that Akimba, before he came over here, never played organized basketball. So last year when he was starting and the year before, he was learning so much. As Caden Battles cleans that one up after that violation. But I think he looks so much more comfortable, and they're learning so much about basketball. They're probably watching as much as they possibly can, and then you're getting coached by Coach Isolino.
Bullock puts his shoulder down trying to get through the defense, and a foul as Spencer had ripped that one away, and foul goes against Aiden Pym. Andy Packler, the head coach for Winchester Thurston, trying to coach his guys up. Down 30. 3 for Spencer, off the mark. Cowell the rebound. Goes coast to coast, only for it to get blocked by Grimsley. Grimsley gets it back, sends it back to Ikimba, and the tic-tac-toe passing.
And it's unbelievable how they just seem like they've been playing together for 5 years, and that's what last year really was for a lot of these guys. You got to play all year with each other, super young, and learned a lot. That fast break was beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's a testament to how important to go on the run in the state tournament is. That's a whole nother season
It really
of
is.
games, and you grow up so much faster. I mean, between the two playoffs, you do get a whole half a season extra in.
I remember talking to Coach Isolino last year. They were just happy to keep playing, keep learning, keep getting reps.
That 3 off the mark for Pipkin. Battles down low to Adam Ikimba, and Ikimba is fouled. Pim's second. That's actually his third.
Good things happen when you have this guy keeping the stats right behind you.
3 is drained for Caden Battles. Long pass gets intercepted by Mamadou Kane. No look pass to Grimsley. Rolls out and a foul.
Mamadou smiles like, man, you got to finish that for me. That was a highlight reel pass.
That
but
sure was.
what a job intercepting that in the air, too. Mamadou Kane, we know a couple the Sewickley Academy guys play for Moon.
Yeah, Moon
Might
football.
be asking Mamadou Kane to come out and play some tight end next year.
Yeah, Ryan Lynn wouldn't be the worst idea he's ever had.
6'8", over 200 pounds. Mamadou Kane, we love you, but I think you got a big future in basketball. Might want to just stay on the court, but
hey, some great football players
LeBron?
that came through. Hey, Moon Township's own A.Q. Shipley also played on the Moon basketball team. Had a great career in the NFL, but was on the Moon State Championship basketball team.
That's all. You love seeing the big linemen. They're also good at we did the game last week. We had Upper St. Clair. Yep. You got Robbins. You love seeing the big guys and using their footwork when they play basketball. And where Sewickley's just got, as Drew Steele gets another one.
Yep, he's living up to his name, and he's able to work it over Cretion. Steps in the lane, loses control, and Pipkin comes away with it. Ball gets swatted down there by Tull to Steels. Steels losing control, and it goes out of bounds off of the Bears, and we have a back and forth affair. Yeah, it was a scrum of sorts.
But what I was going to say is a lot of those linemen they play, but for Sewickley, you got two big guys that can run up and down the court. I mean, they move like guards, and that's what's such a big advantage for Sewickley, as they both are taking a breather now, and you got Cretion down there who will eventually be one of those guys.
Adam Gratian puts it inside to Guyton. Guyton not enough on it, but he is fouled. And the foul goes against Hammerling. Well, that went against August Jaramillo. Guyton hits the first. And Jaramillo played in that JV game that was in front of our senior or our varsity contest here today.
With a small bench, usually 2 guys, you're that guy that's supposed to lead the points in JV and then come up and play a couple varsity minutes. Imagine us right now trying to play 2 basketball games back-to-back. It's amazing what happens from 14 to 30 years old.
Yeah, happy belated, by the way. We'll get Stans to sing to you later.
We're officially downhill at this point.
Yeah, is that it? Oh, that's not good. Driving on the right hand, Hammerling, nothing, and fouled. Foul goes against Steele.
Mike's slick with the ball. I will give him that. I mean, he's trying to create as much. I keep saying that, but seriously, he's really good off the dribble. Drew Steele is one of those guys. Not a lot of guys get past him, and Hammerling's at least created a lot of space on his own. You can see why
that one in.
A lot of 2A games, he's averaging 20. I think he had over 30 against Brentwood.
Tall is fouled. And Jaramillo picks up the that sends Connor Toll to the line. 2 shots coming here for the sophomore. He hits his first.
Also looked up, Matt, Post-Gazette gives us the leading scorers. Sewickley doesn't have 1 guy on it because how many guys are putting up double-digit points?
You know, I had that exact thought earlier yesterday prepping for this one, and it makes sense because the scoring is so spread out, and someone that might have a great game tonight might not score more than 8 the next game. Good hoop. Southall picks up the foul, the hoop by Elijah Bullock.
But it's amazing because there's a lot of teams in 2A. You have 2 guys and those leading scorers, top 50 scorers, and Sewickley doesn't have any because, like you just said, you could have 6 different guys with 10 points.
Right.
Mamadou had 15 points per game last year.
Gratian, oh, that's beautifully done for Eric.
A lot of teams don't have that guy off the bench as well to come in and fill up the stat sheet.
Rejection by Guyton and his own board. They'll say he stepped out of bounds, though, as he got the rejection and the turnover, rather. Another look at Gratian connecting from 3-point range. 40 seconds in the third. Cowell. Hammerling around the horn one more time, Bullock. Double team there. They handed it off to Jaramillo down low. He'll go up with the right hand, denied by Gratian and out of bounds. And it will say it went off of August Jaramillo. Steals. It's good at the buzzer. He steals 3 at the buzzer, does Drew, and 57-14 after 3. Panthers rolling on their way to win 14 on the season. The final 8 when we come back on JRM Sports.
At Sewickley Academy, a lifelong love for learning is sparked from day one, preparing students for college and beyond. Students are encouraged to think and learn independently and cooperatively, while having the flexibility to pursue their own interests across academics, athletics, and the arts. With small class sizes and a strong sense of community, students from the middle school to the senior school learn the value of collaboration and understanding. Regardless of age, Sewickley Academy students gain the confidence to lead, inspire, and excel. And every experience along the way shapes their future, allowing them to build the skills and character necessary to succeed. At Sewickley Academy, becoming a lifelong learner is becoming the best version of yourself. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Let's play a fourth here from Rise Sports Complex. JRM Sports brings you Sewickley Academy basketball 57-14. They go down low and out of bounds, throw it away to the Bears. So Sewickley basketball, and a lot of turnovers on the Bears side of things. Panthers have Guyton Southall steals Tall, and Cracion, who tries to hit from 3, a putback cleaned up there by Jameer Guyton.
That's about his 3rd offensive rebound in this game. Jameer Guyton coming off the bench, but some quality minutes for Sewickley as well. And he helped on that playoff run last year. Again, a lot of these guys, they were somewhere else. They'd be starters. And when you got these as your depth pieces going in the playoffs, you got to be excited.
Bears content with trying to run something offensively. Almost got their pocket pick. Drew Steele's looking for another one, but Anthony Pipkin on the right hand finishes for 2.
And this is, if you're Winchester in these last 8 minutes, it's pretty much a scrimmage. You know you're down by a lot, but you're going to be a playoff team. You might see Sewickley again. Work on everything you can. Because, again, Winchester is 11-2 on the season. They've lost 11-4, but they've lost only 2 conference games. You know they're going to be in that playoff hunt. They're going to be in the bracket.
Yeah, there's a foul there. Yeah, the other teams that are considered the top of 2A, we mentioned Jeanette earlier in the broadcast. Neshannock and Our Lady of the Sacred Heart have split this season. Neshannock blew out the Chargers at Neshannock. Olsh returned the favor, blew them out in Moon Township last week. So that's hard to figure out. Tall misses a 3 there. Guyton looks to put it back. That goes off, ricocheting off a few body parts, and Guyton can't come away with it. Cracion tips it, gets taken away by Hammerling, and Hammerling is lost control there, and it goes out of bounds off of the Bears.
2A is a lot like 6A, where you got a top team like Newcastle. We said that with Sewickley, and then the rest of that conference, you got so many guys beating up on each other, thinking who's going to beat that top team.
Hammerling can't put back. Yes, Elijah Bullock.
That's 2 tough baskets for Elijah here. Trying to find that secondary scorer for their playoff run, with Hammerling going to be attracting a lot of attention, especially when they play teams for maybe the 3rd time in the playoffs.
3, that clangs off for Steeles. And the other teams we haven't mentioned in 2A are the teams out of Section 3. Chartiers Houston's undefeated in their section. They're 14-3 overall. And Jefferson Morgan, they're 14-1, and their only losses to Chartiers Houston. As that one doesn't fall.
It's almost that time of year, Matt. It's going to be fun when those brackets come out, see how Sewickley run's going to go. We went all the way to Hershey last year. How much fun that was.
Yeah, that's a great time of the year. Here's Pipkin. Misses, put back. That doesn't fall for Hammerling. And the Panthers come back away with it. And Steele puts it in for 2 more.
I know you want the dunk on TV, on YouTube where we are, but you got to just finish those 2 points. I know you're going to hear that in practice.
There's a three. He tries to make up
for
him.
He said, Coach, I got you. I got you.
I'll give you 3, Pipkin.
So the clock's going to – oh, it's a time – they're going to use their timeout, but just to get the subs in. So the clock will stop momentarily.
Said, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I think Winchester knows that they didn't put on their best performance tonight. They're down by 40, and there's a lot to work on. But at the same time, they're having a heck of a season. So I think they had this one circled and just didn't play as well as they thought they were coming into this game.
Grimsley out to Kane. Mamadou on the left hand. Three minutes to go in the fourth. Yeah, I mean, it's been, I think, hard for guys like us, David, that saw what we saw a season ago, and then you see what you see night in, night out. It's hard not to look ahead as that shot off the mark and then lost, but Sewickley's Caden Battles chases it down. Here's Grimsley.
I'll put it this way. There is a lot of people that cannot wait if it ends up being Sewickley Jeanette again, but this time in the championship. And it's going to be a lot of people really wondering now. We haven't got to see Jeanette much this year, but you got to think, for whatever reason, Jeanette almost plays up in that game. They get excited about that game, so there's a lot of people that can't wait for that game. I might have just said game 7 times, but, I mean, I'm excited for it too.
Should be a great game.
And Jeanette amazes me for being a small school, but I swear when we're in football season, basketball season, I mean, there's
tradition.
Athletes all over the place for Jeanette. A lot of people, I think, even though Sewickley was young, thought they could beat Jeanette last year, and that was one of those teams. They just did everything right last year, and every time you think they lost everybody, they reload.
Well coached, Adrian Batts, their head coach. There's a 3 by Grimsley.
If you remember Jolien Batts,
yes,
one of the great NEC players as well. Coach Isolino's very familiar with him.
Yeah, there's a nice little inroads there. Floater that doesn't fall for Bolick. And in a minute 20, Panthers can turn their attentions to Peters Township on Saturday as Kane just makes sure the 3-point shot's working.
And that's something we didn't see much of last year. And this year, I feel like he tries to get 1 or 2 attempts off a game. And, I mean, he's very confident in that shot as well. There's Grimsley's 3-pointer earlier in the game.
It went in, trust us. Minute to play. Sits on the rim, falls in for Pipkin.
He's had a nice fourth quarter with 7 points.
There's Grimsley looking for a 3. And a whistle. Will be Winchester Thurston guilty party there, and it will be Panther basketball on the jump ball, beg your pardon. Grimsley finds down low. Ikemba, who tried to slam it home. Spencer gets the loose garbage, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line with.
That was like the Dwight Howard slam dunk comment where he just tries to throw it in. Ikemba, I thought, he got up there and said, I can't reach for it. I'm just going to try to throw this in the basketball hoop.
And yeah, we're not even going to shoot those shots. So 68-23 the final. 68-23 the final score as the Panthers get it done over Winchester Thurston. They improve to 14-0 and stay unblemished. We're just one of 2 teams in the WPIO to be undefeated this part of the season, Damon.
We talked about it one game at a time. They took care of business tonight. You might think they were looking ahead of Peters, but they got a conference game, a game that kind of dominated from the get-go. We saw that full court press once again, and when you're shooting that well from 3 like they do so often, Sewickley Academy stays unblemished, and there is a lot of people asking if they can finish unbeaten as we'll look at the schedule right now and see what tough matchups they have left.
Yes, let's take a look. We mentioned we were foreshadowing that game against Peters Township Saturday at 1:30. We'll have that for you right here on JRM Sports. And then January 28th, Obama Academy at the Friendly Confines back at Sewickley Academy campus. Sewickley will then play Propel Braddock Hills and then wrap things up February 1st against the Quips of Aliquippa, of course, lost their 2 stars to Lincoln Park transfers, the 2 brothers that transferred over, but the Quips still a formidable opponent always, and they will be welcomed by the Panthers. And again, all those games here on JRM. Damon, always a pleasure. Thanks to all of you for watching this presentation of Sewickley Academy basketball. For our producer, Jake Mislivchik, and Matt Stanziola in his director debut. Thanks to you for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. This has been a presentation of Panther basketball on JRM Video Productions. 68-23, the Panthers are winners over the Winchester Thurston Bears. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.